Now we will be creating essential structure for sales and distribution. So we will be defining new order types, item category and schedule line category to be used for our sales and distribution processing. So we'll be creating two new order types, one order type for a standard flow and second for credit memo. So go to IMG, sales and distribution, click on sales document. Under that you have sales document header, item, schedule lines. So first is click on define sales document type. So we will be creating a completely new sales document type, ZBOR. It is Z sub standard order. I would be using document type as order 0102. Do we want reference mandatory? No. We need to have an item increment as 10. So our first item will be 10, second item will be 20 and sub items will be incremented by 1. Click on item division so that we can have a separate division for an item. Check credit limit. Do you want to check credit limit? Yes. Do automatic credit control. Do you want to have credit groups? Yes. Credit groups are useful in credit management. Output application is V1, that is for sales order. Do you want the customer to enter purchase order number? Yes. What is the screen sequence group? We would be using standard sales order. What is the display range for the material? We want to use all materials. What would be the functional, what would be the overview screen? It will be general overview screen we will be using. What is the transaction group? This is primarily for statistical purpose. Now this document pricing procedure is far more important. It is to say it is used in determining pricing procedure. So we will be using, let's say, standard or say software. Do we want outline messages or quotation messages exist? We are not using anything in our Z program, Z system, so we are not giving anything at this moment of time. We have to actually enter delivery type and shipping conditions. At this moment of time we have not defined any custom delivery type, hence I am not entering any data. Okay, for sake of example, I'm just entering, say, standard delivery type. Do you want to have delivery block? No. So herein it will ask for what is the billing type. If we want to use a delivery related billing, we will be using standard billing types at this moment of time, and then we can change it when we want. Do you want to have intercompany billing? No, we are not using any intercompany billing at this moment of time. Do you want to use billing plan? Yes, I want to use billing plan. Let me use periodic one. A billing plan is primarily used to bill customers on a periodic basis. When you say periodic billing plan, it's something like you pay for your monthly contract for 24 months. Okay, and now how much lead times you would require for delivery actually. So if an order is created now, when would be delivered? Let's say 2 days. And do you want to propose delivery dates? Yes. So system will calculate, say, 2 days. As soon as you enter order, it will propose 2 days as delivery date. So these are the things which you require delivery date. And now we will be saving this order type. As I said, we will be creating one more order type for our credit memo request. Document category will be credit memo request. Number range will be 0102. We'll be using same. Do you want reference? Not a problem at this moment of time. Do you want to check credit? If you are giving credit, we do not want to check credit limit. Enter purchase order number. You have to enter screen sequence group. We have a particular screen sequence group here. Display range, all items, functional overview screen, general, transaction is group 0. We will be using only the same document pricing procedure. Yes, we will be using what you call order related billing for a credit memo. So we will be just giving what you call an invoice type G2, which will be used for credit memo. We can change it later. So just we will save this one. So we have created 2 document types. Herein you can define purchase order types. Purchase order types are normally used like how you have captured the order from the customer. That is what you try to capture here. Suppose you have orders created by EDI, you will have purchase order type as ZEDI or EDI. And now assign sales area to your document type. Before you assign to a document type, you have to combine sales org, combine distribution channels and divisions from the perspective of what you call assigning sales area. The reason being, if you have 10 different sales areas, you do not want to assign that 10 times. So it's better to have a reference sales org, a sales area defined. So we will be first creating a reference sales organization. So we'll be creating a reference sales org. Then we will be creating a reference distribution channel. A division. Now we are ready to assign our document types to these reference sales areas. Create new entry. So herein you can see everything is reference sales area. So just entering the same thing. ZS CR for our credit memo. Sorry, ZBOR. So now we have assigned our document types to reference sales area. So now save. So now we have completed our what you call assignment to sales document type. Assignment of sales document type to sales area. Now we will be creating item categories. Item categories are used to define features of an item within a business process. For example, a laptop in a standard sales order will require credit active, availability check, transfer of requirements, delivery line and schedule line should be activated. Whereas the same laptop, if you are using in credit memo process, will not require credit active, will not require availability, because we are just create an invoice. So these features will be inactive. So an item category defines how an item or material behaves in a given process. So first let's define two item categories for our purpose. I'm using consistent item categories. I will be using consistently the same thing. So I'll be creating ZBOR for our sub standard order, and the same item category is used in what you call delivery. So we have schedule line item. It's not this one item relevant for delivery. This tick is used only for text items. For normal standard items, schedule line allowed is more than sufficient. We have clicked credit active, determine cost, how the item should be completed. So herein we are using item is completed after it has been fully referenced. So if you are creating a sales order of units 10 and if we create a delivery of 5, it is partially delivered. Once it reaches 10 delivery, so it is completely referenced. Do you want to have billing relevance? Yes. Delivery related. Delivery related billing. Do you want to have billing block? No. Whether it's pricing relevant? Yes. Do you want to have automatic batch determination? Not required. Do you want to give screen sequence group? Yes. See here in incompletion, partner determination, procedure, text are all defined from background. We have to define them or assign them separately. So at this moment of time, that is fine. Herein we have a value contract material reference. For value contracts, we have to define what you call a reference material. So you can define a reference material for value contract and that assign that material to the item category to be used in that value contract. So we have created one standard item category. Now we will be creating our credit item category. Completion rule. Whether it's billing relevance, it's an order related billing. So I will say let me check in what is given for. We will check and assign it later. Billing relevance, pricing standard. Do we want to have business item? It's not relevant for credit. Screen sequence group N and save it. Let's check what is the item category for item relevance for credit memo request herein. So billing plan is C. Okay, it is valued for returns also. Okay, so we will be going back to our ZBCR. It is relevant for returns and billing relevance is C. So we have now defined the item categories. Now we have to assign what you call item category groups. We already have, item category group is used in item category determination. So I will be creating ZSAB item category group. And let's assign this item category group to our custom material. Go to MM02, go to that material, in sales of 2 tab, Herein you have norm. I'm changing it to ZSAB. The reason it is duplicate twice is because SAP stores this in different tables. So now we have to determine usage is, you can define usage like packing material, text material, and usage is used in item category determination. So now we will see how those are determined. So to determine item category, you have to use sales document type, item category group, item usage. As I said, item category usage can be, let me show you, cross selling, free goods, packing. You have text as well, text item, but I'm not using this one. And higher level item category, I will show how higher level item category works, and our default item category, and you can have other manual item categories as well. Oh sorry, I have to use ZBOR, item category group. Let me check. Yes, I have item category group as sub. I will save this one and I will create new one also. So let's copy this one, and I'm giving ZBOR as higher level item category, and I'm using tan N, that is free goods. So higher level item category is used to determine default item category as well. Now we have to create for our what you call credit memo as well. So I'm just creating only one ZBCR. I'm not using any higher level item category for this one. So now we have defined for our custom ZBCR and ZBOR. For both I have defined item categories. Now I have to define a schedule line category. Schedule line category helps in what you call confirmed quantity and confirmed delivery date. So we will be creating a schedule line category for us. Z sub. So let me create. Do we have any Z sub? And sub schedule line category. So we have to mention the movement type here. So we have mentioned movement type as 601. This is goods issue delivery, and item is relevant for delivery. This shows that item will be relevant for delivery. Herein order type is actually purchase requisition. If you want to create an external purchase requisition, you can create it directly from a schedule line. Item category is purchase order item category. Account assignment category is for purchase order. Whether this item category is relevant for schedule requirements, availability, yes. Schedule line category plays an important role in availability as well. So it is one of the primary controls for availability check. It already exists, so I will create as ZT. Yeah, that is fine. ZT is okay. So we have now defined schedule line category. Now we have to assign this schedule line category. Schedule line categories are determined from item category and material types. Now let's check whether we have schedule line category defined for us. No, we do not have, because we are using a custom transaction, custom item categories. So let's create ZBOR. If you see in this material, we have MRP type. What was the MRP type we used? ZSAB MRP type ND. So I would be using ND as my MRP type, and I will be proposing my schedule line category as ZT. So when we create an order, what will happen when we create an order for our this material, based upon the based upon the item category group, it will determine ZBOR item category, and once it determines ZBOR, it will use MRP type ND to determine schedule line category. So just to summarize, it would be like this. For sales area Z sub, we have order type ZBOR. Once we have ZBOR, the system will check item category group as Z sub and usage blank. It will determine item category as ZBOR, and once it has determined ZBOR item category, it will try to find out MRP type as ND, and then it will determine schedule line category as ZT. This is sales area, this is order type, this is order type, this is item category group, and this is item category, MRP type, and schedule line category. Thank you.